everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Elements and Principles of Art. So, for this lesson, we will review the different elements and principles of art. Now, this is the Spolarium. Okay. Kung nakapunta na kayo sa National Museum, this one, yung makikita mo doon sa yung sa pinakababa. And isa siyang malaking artwork, okay, na ginawa ni Juan Luna. So mamaya, let's try to appreciate the artwork using the different principles and elements of art per day. So ano nga ba yung different elements and principles of art? So elements of design, so these are the parts, yung ingredients ng art. And then principles of design, these are concepts. Okay, they affect the content and the message of the art. So elements and principles, magkaiba yun. What are the different elements of art or design? So we have line, form, space, texture, shape, color, and value. So line. So line is an identifiable path traced by a moving point. So what are the kinds of lines? So we have straight lines and curved lines. So under straight lines, we have horizontal, vertical, and diagonal. For horizontal, it suggests feeling of rest, infinity, and perfect stability. Tatandaan because tatandaan na yung objects parallel to the earth are at rest. Okay? For vertical, we have impression of height and dominance as they are pointing towards the sky. One good example is yung statwa ni Lapu-Lapu sa Luneta. Okay, kung nakita niyo 'yun, 'di ba? Napakataas niya. Okay? So may impression siya ng height and dominance above all. Okay, so yun yung sinasuggest ng vertical line. For diagonal lines, it conveys a feeling of action, movement, unrest, or uncertainty because they are neither horizontal or vertical. Okay, so that's diagonal line. So may feeling ng action and movement kasi neither horizontal nor vertical. Okay? For curved lines, it conveys a sense of smoothness, softness, and continuity. Okay, so we will have now an example of lines. So as you can see in the picture, okay, uh, these are vertical lines pointing toward a certain point, papalayo sa atin. And then doon sa gilid niya, may sense ng vertical line. So meaning, papalapad siya. So itong diretsong tong nasa gitna, okay, it, it, it conveys a feeling of dominance among others. Okay, so yung emphasis nandun sa kanya, siya yung pinaka-binibigyan ng linaw. So yung line, kung mapapansin nyo, nagkikreate siya ng illusion. Okay? So, yan. Kung mapapansin, pag tinignan mo, parang yung picture, papalapad siya. Lalo na yung mga diagonal lines sa gilid. So, it conveys, di ba sabi natin, conveys a sense of movement. Okay? So, next. Okay, shape. These are two-dimensional figure with length and width and is usually defined by lines. So two kinds, geometric, which has precise measurement, and organic or irregular shape and complex. Okay? Under shape, we have geometric and organic. Yan. So makikita sa picture is different kinds of shape. Okay, rectangles, squares. Okay? Okay, form. So they exist in three dimensions with length, width, and height. It can be viewed from more than one side. So one good example is yung Pyramid of Giza, yun sa Egypt, yung malaking pyramid. It has length, it has width, it has its height. Okay, so what are the examples ng form? So we have cubes, cylinders, and of course, yung sinabi ko kanina, pyramids. Yan. These are example ng form. So, may length, width, and height. Yan. So, value. Next one is value. It is the lightness or darkness in anything that is visible. So, value. Yan. As you can see in the picture, okay, it has the lightness and the darkness dun sa picture. Kung mapapansin mo, pag nakita mo doon going to the right side, nagiging lighter and then darker pa dun sa loob. And then dito na sa may loob niya, darker. Okay? So, pag nag-perceive ka or inisip mo, yung ilaw is nandito sa may left side niya. Okay? Upper left side. Okay? So, that's the effect ng value. So, ito very familiar kayo dito. It is a light reflected off objects. It is product of light of different wavelengths reflected off objects, and our eyes can identify colors through their intrinsic qualities. So, we have three. Okay, so kinds of colors. We have primary color, secondary, and tertiary. So, primary, we have the red, blue, and yellow. And then, pag minix mo yung mga primary colors, you will get the secondary colors. And then, if you mix the primary and secondary colors in right amount, you will get the tertiary colors. So, alam nyo na to since grade school, tinuturo yung primary, secondary colors. Yan, example picture ng colors. As you can see, kapag nag-combine yung different colors, you can create different kinds of artwork pleasing to the eyes. So texture, so it refers to the smoothness or roughness. So we have two kinds. We have the actual texture, physical property of objects, and visual texture influences perception. So yung actual texture, ito yung nahawakan mo. Okay, nararamdaman ng kamay mo. Okay, na ito ay rough or smooth. Visual naman, ito naman yung nakikita lang mo lang, pero alam mo na, nararamdaman mo na sa utak mo yung smoothness or roughness by just viewing an artwork. So example, so ito, pag tinignan niyo yung picture, okay, malalaman mo na agad, smooth ba siya? Of course not, makikita mo pa lang, rough na. Okay? So, yung texture ng artwork is rough. Space. It is a dynamic visual element that interacts with all other elements, line, shape, value, color, and texture, which give them the definition. Okay? Something as minute as the proximity between two small items. Okay? So, space. Positive space, space occupied by the shape, and the negative space, the space around it. Okay, yung space dito, yung positive space are the white, okay, yung mga puti, and the negative space is yung orange. Punta na tayo sa principles of design. Okay, we have emphasis and subordination, unity and variety, rhythm and balance. Emphasis and subordination. So to draw more attention to certain parts of a composition than to others, involves in the delineation between the more important and the less important emphasis. Yan. Kung makikita nyo dun sa photograph, okay, or sa picture, ang pinaka-important or binibigyan niya ng emphasis is yung tower. Yan, yung puting yan. Yung puting makikita mong napakalaki. And then, yung binibigyan niya ng less emphasis is yung mga buildings around it. Kasi kung makikita mo, mas smaller siya. Okay, smaller siya dun sa pinapakitang tower dun sa taas, yung poste. So that's emphasis and subordination. Unity and variety. So unity, also called harmony, refers to the coherence of the elements of a work to the whole. It can be achieved through the consistent use of any of the elements. So that's unity and variety or harmony. Yan. So, kung makikita mo yung mga camera, okay, sa picture, so meron silang unity, pare-parehas. Okay? Pare-parehas ng pagkakatagay, and then variety. Okay? Iba't ibang shape. Okay? Okay, rhythm. So it is characterized by the repetition or alteration of elements. It can create a sense of movement, unite a composition, and establish pattern or texture. So that's kinds. We have regular rhythm. Intervals between the elements are similar in size and length. Flowing rhythm signifies directional movement. Progressive movement shows developing sequence of forms, and alternating rhythm displays alteration of elements and may be applied to all kinds of rhythm. So this is an example of rhythm. Okay? Kung mapansin nyo, it's a staircase. So it's a photograph of a staircase dun sa pinakataas yung photographer and then going down. Okay? So makikita mo dun sa rhythm, it could be alternating. Okay? It could also be progressive kasi makikita mo, papaliit ng papaliit yung mga circle. Okay? O yung mga steps ng stairs. Makikita mo, papaliit siya ng papaliit. So it could be alternating, it could be progressive. Okay. So that's rhythm. Balance. It's an idea of visual equilibrium which is related to our physical sense. So kinds of balance, we have symmetrical balance or formal. So equal weight lang on either side of the canvas. So nasa gitna lang yung image na gusto niyang i-portray. Okay, nasa gitna. Okay? So we have symmetrical. Okay? So titingnan mo lang yung magkabila kung pantay ba. Radial symmetry. So creating a symmetrical balance by gravitating elements equally around a central point. And then asymmetrical, ito naman yung informal balance, yung composition is may greater sense of visual tension sa isang side kesa sa kabila. Okay? Okay, now let's try to appreciate the Spolarium by Juan Luna. So it's a painting, okay, that features a glimpse of Roman history, okay, centered on the bloody carnage brought by gladiator matches. So kung makapapansin nyo, marami siyang gladiators, okay. Yung word na Spolarium, it's a Latin word, okay. It refers to the basement of the Roman Colosseum. So dito nakikita yung mga fallen and dying gladiators. So dito nila binabagsak. Okay? So at the center of the Luna's painting, kung mapapansin nyo, merong fallen gladiator, hinahatak siya ng Roman soldiers. Okay? This one. Okay? Mapapansin nyo. And then at the side, okay, this one, sila naman, makikita nyo, may mga spectators. Okay? So, ayon dun sa painting ni Luna, yung mga spectators na yan, nag-aabang sila ng mga patay na gladiator. Anong inaabangan nila? Inaabangan nila yung mga metals ng mga suot na gladiators para kunin at ibenta. Okay? So, yan. So, kung mapapansin mo naman sa gilid, meron dito isang lalaki, may hawak na torch. Okay, nahanap yata or hinahanap yung bangkay ng loved one niya. Okay. And then kung mapapansin mo, meron naman dito isang babaeng umiiyak. Okay. Iniiyakan niya yung yung asawa niya. Okay, na namatay doon sa laban. So kung mapapansin mo, kailangan alam mo rin yung story between sa mga paintings. Napunta tayo sa color. Kung mapapansin nyo, more on dark color. Okay? And then red. Bakit kaya? Kasi parang ano siya since it's bagsakan ng mga patay na gladiator and fallen gladiator, so yun yung sense na gusto niya. Gustong ibigay ni Luna. Okay? Na ito ay hindi magandang lugar. Okay? Maraming patay and maraming nangyayaring hindi maganda. Okay? So kung mapapansin mo, nasa gitna to. Okay? Symmetrical, ano sila? Tawag dito, sila yung pinaka nasa gitna. So, sila yung gustong i-portray ni Luna na hinahatak lang yung mga fallen gladiators. Okay? So, dito sa gilid, kung mapapansin nyo, mas maraming tao dito. Okay? Compare dito sa kabila. Okay? Compare dito sa kabila. So, mapapansin mo din nating sabihin na sila ay asymmetrical balance kasi mas marami ditong tao compare dito. Okay? Sa lines naman, okay, pagdating sa lines, kung mapapansin nyo, ito mga gladiator ay mas mataas kesa sa lahat. Okay? And then, ang direction nila ay diagonal line. Okay? So, there's a sense of movement. Okay? Kasi nga, hinahatak nila. So, there's a sense of movement na yung mga gladiators, napatay na gladiators, hinahatak papunta dun. And then, nasa taas sila ng painting, so there's dominance. Okay? So, ano pa? So, yun, ano pa bang pwede nating makita? So, sa line, sa colors, okay, sa shape, kung mapapansin mo, maraming organic shapes. Okay? Sa balance, meron na, nakita natin. Subordination and emphasis, nakita na rin natin. Ang in-emphasis ng painting, ito, sila. Okay? Ang subordinating is this one and then this one. Okay? Okay. So, that's the spolarium. That's my own interpretation of the spolarium. Okay? So, pag tumingin ka sa painting, you can create your own interpretation. Okay? So, sana you use the elements and principles of art in appreciating an artwork. Okay, so that would be all in the elements and principles of art. So, thank you and have a great day. So, yung task, ipopost na lang ni Sir sa FB groups natin or sa mga GC nyo. Okay, sige. Mag-ingat kayo.